this is Jeffrey of Spirit Navigators or Vibe Osmosis. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome to the show, and
thank you.
thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Um, I'm just at home talking to you and vibing.
What's your astrological sign?
Capricorn.
And do you follow much of the Capricorn stuff? Is it something that you actually believe in, or how does that relate to you?
I'm neutral, which I think is probably more controversial these days, especially with the ladies. But I'm like in between. I don't follow it, but I don't not believe in it. I just don't necessarily follow it. So if someone has something to inform me about in terms of my sign, I'm super ready for it. Um, like I'm not against it. I'm not like overly knowledgeable about it, but yeah, I'm a Capricorn.
Do you have a favorite color, right?
Pink. It just makes me happy, and yeah, my whole studio is pink.
Oh, very nice.
Um, I don't know. I just really like the color.
How long have you been making music?
Since I was maybe 12. Bass.
Oh, did you ever take lessons, or was it something that you self-taught?
My dad taught me, and then I kind of kept going. Oh yeah, he's very supportive.
That's very lucky and very cool to hear. Shout out to Dad. Do you
Yeah.
have a favorite project of yours that is, like your all-time favorite? You can go back and reflect on, listen to.
I don't think I could pick a favorite. Um, yeah, I think that's too hard. I have a deep love for all the music that I've made, so it's really hard to pick a favorite. Um, I think I like some songs more than others, you know. But yeah. Oh, cool. I think when I first started music in a serious way, whatever that means. I guess in Kitten, I was focused on singing and fronting the band. And when I joined Nasty Cherry, I realized I could play guitar in a band and I could play other instruments in a band. And that was a new idea for me and a new concept, I think, creatively. So that Nasty Cherry opened that door. And then when I started my label, I really expanded and now I play drums in a band and um, I pretty much do anything that the music calls for. And I think as a producer, that's sort of your job, um, to support whatever the artist needs or wants for the sound, or so yeah. um I think that when I started, I mean, I have so many memories, but I think when I started Body Party, which is the skater girl group that started my label, I think that when I started that, the first night that we made music was really special because it was the first time that I had really cracked making music with people that never really made music before. And that's something that I really, really enjoy. And it's really fulfilling, especially when it's somebody that is very creative and is an artist, but they haven't really cracked maybe how to make music. And when they first do that, it's such an amazing experience for both of us. So I think that with those girls, that was the first time we made the first song of ours. It was like really exciting. Yeah. So I started a label called PSY in 2021, and it's um oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. That means a lot. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. Well, I think that as far as the origin story of how PSI happened, it was extremely organic. Like I when COVID hit, I would have never in a million years thought to myself that in 6 months I would be forming a label. Um, it's basically all my sessions were canceled. All my tours were canceled, and I was just left with myself. And I started producing a lot more, just on my own, and for hours and hours and hours a day. So I think I got better at that. And after a while, I really wanted to work, try and apply my maybe new skills or sort of work with somebody else. And I was also skating a lot more. So I think the combination of those two things started the label. I know that sounds crazy, but I would be at the skate park and yeah, sorry. Yeah, totally. I think that's exactly what it is. Like, obviously, skateboarding is a sport, but there's also a lot of culture attached to it throughout history. So, with the fashion and this and that, and like, there's just a lot of, it's just, yeah, like you're saying, it's a culture. So, anyways, I I started going to the skate park called El Sereno, and after I would skate, sometimes I would just I would be hanging out with whoever, and I'd be like, "Hey, do you guys want to make a song?" And everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, that sounds great." And something inside, and it's funny because now we have our lives and we're busy and we have work, and but in that time, it was during 2020 and during COVID. um we would be filling our days with whatever we could, kind of, you know what I mean? And so I was really desperate to create and to make something. And yeah, so I was safe. We would wear masks, yada yada yada. So just to make that clear. Just to make it clear. But this was like post the riots and all that stuff. Protests in LA. This was post that. Anyways, so yeah. Uh anyways, one day I invited a group of girls to skate at my house, or to skate like outside. and we were just hanging out and just having like the most fun. And then I looked at them and they looked so cool and so stylish, and I just thought they were stars. And I was like, when I first when we were hanging out the whole time, I was like, dang, they really are like the Spice Girls. That's what I kept thinking. And so I was like, then not deep into the night. It was about like 6 o'clock. I was like, hey, yo, we should try making a song of our own. And so I just got on the computer, and we had already decided we were going to make a skater girl group. That's all. We already decided that. And then and then we made a song, and then from then on out we would do these like weekly meetups outside, and we would change, we would do like 5 outfits. And I learned a lot of the production side from probably Nasty Cherry, because during the when we were filming the Netflix show, we would change like 5 to 6 times a day, and that's how we'd get the most content. And so there's different things that I learned. And also, something funny. Also, I had been doing TikTok simultaneously, and I had I had kind of grown 2 accounts, Nasty Cherry and Kittens TikTok, to like hundreds and thousands of followers already. So I thought to myself, I could do this with these girls too. And I was like, all right, we'll wear short skirts and dress really girly, and you know post on TikTok, and all the skater guys will hate us, but we'll blow up. And that's exactly what happened. It was like math. It was crazy. And from then on out, like, I started meeting their friends, and their friends would come to the photo shoots, and like, they would say, hey, Chloe, check out my song, and I'd be like, damn, this is really good. And so this community kind of started building. And that's and I just and I would do sessions with kind of like more of their friends and stuff, and well, they became my friends too. And um and that's kind of how PSY formed. And then a couple months later, I launched a group called Vampiros, which was, I was initially hired to do make a TikTok meta reality series about vampires, and so they told me to cast it. And they um and I thought of all the kids I knew from El Sereno. They're kind of like Playboy Cardi meets the Sex Pistols, so that's their look. And launched that went viral. And so I thought, man, I think I really, there's something here. I think I have a record label. And my mom was like, you should call it Pussy Records, because there's nothing that I think there's a space for a badass like girl collective, like Odd Future but girls in LA. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So then that's how it happened. But then Pussy Records, I was like sending emails, and I thought it was a little bit vulgar and over the top. So I was like, okay, I'll what? Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, so then I did so then I did PSY. And that's how. Um Wait, give me 1 second. Hello. Um, yeah. So the songs, obviously it give me 1 second. Hello. Yeah, sorry. Um, yeah, well, it really depends on the artist. But usually when someone comes, actually, this is for everybody. I usually like to start getting into music in the first like 20 minutes. I don't like to talk at all because I sometimes you end up talking and you just end up, I don't know. It's just, I like to just speak with the music usually. So, if it's somebody new that I've never worked with, I like to also do multiple songs like in a session. So you just kind of like a shedding exercise, like practice, Like I usually do one song, it's a warm up, and then another song, and then maybe the last song is the one, or vice versa. Maybe the first song is the one. But I definitely like to just get right into the music and just kind of like speak with that to each other, and that's kind of how it goes. I'll just usually a lot of times like like I said, I like to work with maybe people who are interested in music and really have like a personality or something that's like just interesting to me about them, and they want to do music, and then they come. So sometimes they don't know, so I just start like maybe making a beat or playing a riff or whatever, but it's always on the spot. Yes, of course. For sure. I mean, other times though, like what I'll do is sometimes I'll go in with with another producer or someone and I'll make instrumentals for the session, and that's kind of how I prep them so that when the artist gets in, we don't have to be making the music side of things, and we could just focus on the hook and the lyrics. Yeah. Um, I like bass, honestly. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
So, uh,
What was that? um, fact. Uh, um, random facts. Oh, I just got married.
right. Congratulations on that.
It was awesome. It was so great. It was like a planned Vegas wedding. So yeah, so it was. We had my husband and I were gonna be. We got invited to a festival to when we were young festival to skate with this brand, and we were yeah, it was super cool, and it's in Vegas. And he was like, "You want to just get married in Vegas?" Like, And but he didn't say it like that. He said, "Do you want to get married in Vegas? Will you marry me in Vegas?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So I was down for that, and we kind of it. You know, I think a lot of people were surprised, but we didn't even really know if we were going to do it until we got there. And I mean, we obviously planned it, and got the ring and everything, but once Elvis said, "Do you say I do?" And we said I do, we were like, "Oh shit, we did this." Yeah, it was super fun. It was yeah. I love. Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, it was cool. I saw some Kitten fans that I had seen in a while, and or friends. Well, and yeah, the music was great. I ran into a lot of old friends, so that was really cool. And yeah, yeah. So Kitten was my first band when I got signed when I was 15 to Atlantic Records. And I was on Atlantic for like maybe 8 years, and then I moved to a different label. And I toured with that band, and we went on tour with Paramore and opened for No Doubt, and we get some really great shows. And I released I think an album and three EPs, so basically two albums. And yeah, and it was my first project, and I still love my first baby, and I still love all that music a lot. What was that? Oh, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Right.
Oh yeah, that one is out on all streaming platforms. Thank you. It's doing well. Thank you. I'm so happy. That's like that song means so much to me. Um, it represents an era for me, and I think everybody involved that was is and was magical for us. So thank you. I love it. I know it's a super weird song, but that's why I like it. And yeah, I just that so at the end it's me singing. I don't know if you knew that, but the line about like the hats and stuff. Yeah, so that's me. And I it's one of my favorite verses I've ever written or performed, and I think that it's just like it's just represents I feel like it just I represents me and who I feel I am, like my spirit, I guess. So I don't know. I like it. Yeah, totally. No, I think it was definitely a result of what we were doing. Basically, I was I was producing this group called the Vampiros, and they were like they I think everyone there was a little bit of everyone was nervous. We None of us really knew what we were doing. But like you're saying, I mean, I think that a lot of times that makes the coolest, most vulnerable art, you know. So that's kind of I think that's how we were all feeling. And some of the guys didn't show up to the studio, so I just started saying chicken. Like we had this joke that they were chicken. Um, and that's kind of like where that came from. And yeah, it was just a really honestly fun time recording music and being silly. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Well, yeah, that song I actually was actually a song I did with my brother um when I was like 16, and he was starting to make music on Ableton. He actually taught me how to work through Ableton, but so he yeah, what? Yeah. 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 Yeah, so he was starting to make music, and I heard some sounds from his room, and one of the songs that he was working on was Cut It Out. And so we wrote that song, and then I guess I brought it to the producer I was working with at the time, and um, yeah, I brought it to the producer I was working with at the time, and we added drums to the song. Sorry, someone just knocked on the door. And then Cut It Out came to be. In music, yeah. hmm Um, just keep it fun. I think. I know that's actually not what most people say, but I think that there's a lot of hard work that comes after you're making what you want to, making the art, right? So I think something that I remind myself of is when you're actually writing music or collaborating, just always remember to have fun, because I think that's actually when the best content comes. Totally. Yeah. And I think honestly that's the beauty of collaborating and making art. It's like it's not a marriage. It's not it's not a romantic relationship. You could be as slutty as you want with in a you know in a creative fashion. Who cares? Work with everybody. Like I think, a great artist can go into any room and just spark it up, and all of a sudden it's alive again. So I think that just have fun, work hard after you have what you have, but always show up to whatever you got it. What show up to the appointments. Don't chicken out to the show either. That's another one. I think showing up is like a big thing. Nice. Where are you from? Where are you from? Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. Totally. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bring it on. I know. Is it cold over there? Wow. Are there shows? Mm, nice. What's the Portland scene like? Oh, that's hmm Oh, always. Um, um, well, so with PSY, we kind of throw shows in LA like pretty often, and I think that part of what I want to do is create a platform for artists, so that they're able to play shows, you know. Um, so yeah, we have a show on Tuesday actually, um, Tuesday, and it's at a new venue in LA that we've been playing at, and then we're gonna do a winter formal show. But you know, I always say another day, another production. Every day is a show, Jeffrey. Don't you know it? Oh, well, I have to play my music, obviously. Okay. Do you have to do Chupacabra? Yeah. How did you find out me, by the way? Chance and luck. I love it. Yes, is this going up tomorrow? Um, I think that's it. And yeah, check me out. Hey, check us out. Check it all out. Thank you. Thank I will. Thanks so much. I love this. Cool. Talk to you later, Jeffrey.